Hey guys, Brad Gilmore here. Want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor, Walker Texas Lawyer. If you or a loved one have been injured in an accident, whether that be a car, truck, motorcycle accident, or some kind of other issue, hit up Walker Texas Lawyer at 713-552-1117 or walkertexaslawyer.com.
Oh, Brad, what have you done now?
Broadcasting live from Houston, Texas, and around the world. TV host, best-selling author, and radio personality Brad Gilmore brings you a collection of conversations with stars from movies.
Matthew McConaughey.
Brad Gilmore.
Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, how are you?
The legendary Mr. Christopher Lloyd. Christopher, how are we doing?
I'm doing good. Great introduction.
Jessica Alba and Lizzie Mathis. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Kevin Costner joins us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Television.
Jimmy Fallon joins us this morning. Jimmy, how you doing, my friend?
Good morning. Thank you so much, Brad, for having me. I appreciate this, bud.
Kelly Ripa.
Brad, thank you for having me.
Comedy.
Jay Leno joins us. Jay, how you doing?
Hey, Brad, what's going on?
Chris Tucker is in the building. Chris Tucker, good morning to you.
Hey, Brad, and good morning to you. How are you?
George Lopez joins us right now. George, how are you doing, sir?
Good morning.
Music.
Lola Monroe.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
The legendary frontman of AC/DC, Brian Johnson, joins us right now. Brian, how you doing?
Good morning, Brad. What lovely to talk. You me funny lad.
Megan Trainor.
Thank you so much, Brad. You're awesome.
Chloe Bailey joins us. I appreciate the time.
Appreciate you.
And more. This is The Collection. Now your host, The Boat.
Brad Gilmore! Well, here we go. We're talking about a film that I really enjoyed, and we have the director of it with us right now. Stephen, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Look, I got to talk to some of the cast for this film, and I just want to say congratulations on making a movie that was so much fun. We're talking about Murder at the Embassy, obviously, and this is the kind of movie that I love, in general. And I'm assuming that you had to have some sort of love for the genre as well to kind of dive into it.
Yeah, 100%. It's a joy to be able to do something in that kind of mysterious, thrillery kind of world, but also as a period piece in the 1930s. And on top of that, shooting in Egypt. It was kind of like a dream come true sort of project for me. So
yeah, okay. So give me like kind of the origin story. Like where does this all first start for you?
Yeah, so I directed a film prior to this called Invitation to a Murder, which was more of a closed door mystery that took place inside of a mansion. It's set in England. We shot in Chicago. We delivered that movie. Lionsgate ordered 2 more. And so this is number 2 in a hopeful trilogy arc here. And this one opens the doors wide open. We were introduced to Miranda Green, the florist in movie number 1, who is a fanatic for Agatha Christie novels and all about investigative kind of technique. And then she gets her opportunity to solve an actual murder and does so successfully that, she's got the interest of Scotland Yard and everyone else, but thinks that maybe she should go into business for herself. So this is kind of, the next chapter in her life and early on in her career as a professional detective. And she ends up in some hot water and maybe bit off more than she can chew. So, yeah.
So, like one of my favorite movies of all time is Clue. I don't know if you've seen the 85 Clue, but it's fantastic. And, obviously it's kind of more of a comedy than this film is, but this film's a lot of funny. So I want to ask, like, is there any Clue DNA in any of your, if there is, okay.
Yes, always. It's impossible not to let those things influence you. And when you're in the moment and making a murder mystery, all of your favorite murder mysteries bubble up. And there's actually, when I was a kid, I was super into this movie called Young Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, of course.
And that has a lot of Egyptian threads as well. And so it was just like everything that you've watched and enjoyed over the years kind of comes to the surface when you're doing it. But something that I think Clue makes very clearly important is the idea that like it cannot be dark and serious all the time. You need to be able to breathe. You need that levity. And so we were trying to kind of like utilize comedy in a way to help us take a little bit of break from all of this, dark murdery stuff every now and again. So, yeah.
Misha's so good in this movie.
Mhm.
She's fantastic.
Oh
And
yeah.
you know what's interesting is you don't think on the surface when I thought of Misha Barton in this role, like you don't normally make that connection right immediately. But when
Yeah,
you see her in it, you're like, oh wow, like this is the role that you've always should have been playing because you're so great at
absolutely.
it.
Oh yeah, and she brings like a wonderful nuance to the character of Miranda Green because there's like you read it on the page and like this could be an unlikable person, but she makes her so lovable. And there's a real talent there for kind of like writing that line between being so book smart but not having like the social graces, and she can definitely cause trouble, but gosh, yeah, a joy to work with, super talented. And like you're saying, like something I'm super happy that she's showing everyone this side of herself and able to, have a character to showcase something that a lot of people might have not thought was in her wheelhouse. Because, she's super talented, and this is absolutely like, a home run for me.
Well, what's interesting, you just mentioned something that I think is also like really spot on. Is you could on the page, as you said, like if you just look at the character, you could not because sometimes with the Sherlock movies, you almost don't like Sherlock at certain moments, right? Because he's
Hmm.
a little almost too smart and too
Yeah.
pompous.
Yeah.
Sometimes there even Bond kind of snuck in there where James Bond like knew everything. He was the expert, especially in the Moore films. He was like the expert of everything, and you're like, okay, come on, guy, you can't be perfect at everything.
Yeah.
But she definitely does ride the line. Was that a conversation that y'all had? Like, hey, let's make sure that we make this character still likable and the true protagonist.
Well, I think that's the instinct that Misha brought to the table that
Mm,
was a hope of mine. But every single actor in this cast does so much work on their character, more work than I could ever do, right? Just because I'm looking at the big picture and they're really digging into the details of who this person is. And her instincts were just 100% spot on. Like it was something it was a conversation I was prepared to have, but it was already something that she was like, this is how we make this person likable and not someone that we just want to murder in this murder mystery.
So talk to me. You said the first one, closed door mystery,
Yeah.
in the mansion.
Uh-huh.
Now we're shooting in front of like the pyramids of Giza. Pretty big
Yeah.
difference, right?
Big difference. Yeah.
What are the challenges from a storytelling narrative, or are there any, when you go from kind of a singular location to a sprawling location?
So what was once like gathering clues in a house becomes, just a big travel kind of from here to there and then to there. And so like it was a question of like not only getting her character to all these different places, but also making sure that like it made sense in the amount of time that we had, and how does she get from point A to point B, and how does it all connect in the end. And it was also just such a logistical challenge, given the amount of time that we had, and we needed to go to the pyramids, and we needed to be on the Nile, and we needed to be in the Great Bazaar, and we needed to have a car chase, and so like there's a lot of stuff that we weren't dealing with in the first film that I welcome a challenge. I think it's one of the most enjoyable things about making a movie. But yeah, that was really exciting, difficult at times, but well worth it, I think.
When you shoot in Cairo, and I got to talk to Mito, who obviously is from Egypt and from Cairo,
Yeah.
and he said what a treat it was for him. But do you kind of were there any like specifics that you needed to know that you would lean to him on, like, hey, you're the local here, like where's a good spot, or did you already have all the locations scouted and you knew kind of what you had to do?
Yeah, we scouted for several days before we flew the cast out, but it was great to get, for instance, when we were doing wardrobe fittings. He absolutely kind of like offering up all of the knowledge that he had, just culturally being able to be like, yeah, this feels good, this doesn't feel as good if we did this over that, et cetera, et cetera. Knowing Arabic is a huge advantage, because we have moments where Arabic is being spoken on screen and we either are or are not translating it, and like, making sure that we're saying the right things at the right times. But one thing that I wasn't expecting him to be so good at was his riding camels. Just hopped right up there and knew exactly where he wanted to put his legs for maximum comfort. Very brave to do that. I had never seen a camel in action before. They're so much taller than I expected, and they do not move gracefully. I don't know how you get on and off a camel without just falling to the ground.
And then looking silly doing it.
Yeah.
But he was able to pull it off.
He did it.
Okay, when he's shooting the period, and this movie's set in the 30s, I feel like as a filmmaker and from a narrative standpoint, there's some conveniences to that because you don't have to worry about cell phones, you don't have to worry about the internet. But then there's also inconveniences because you don't have cell phones and you don't have the internet to tell the story, right? What were some of the challenges and conveniences of the period?
A lot of the time, the challenge would be, how do we make this location? Because there's so much history in Egypt, but that modern city of Cairo is definitely present. And trying to make sure that you are in visually, like we're able to sell the idea that this is the 1930s, I think was a big onset kind of like constant conversation as we were selecting locations and camera angles. Even we were at the pyramids of Giza, but they don't shut that down for anybody. There's thousands of people there. So how do we set up our shots to make it look like no one else is here and it's just us? And so yeah, there were a lot of points of tension and difficulty working around kind of trying to pull that off. But again, just so worth it when you can. When you actually succeed and you see the texture of the 1930s on screen and you're able to lose yourself and just feel like, yeah, I buy it. I believe it. It goes a long way.
Where do you want to go for this planned third one?
Oh boy, there's so many places I want to go. And we're in the process of kind of like planning it all out now. I don't think I can say too much.
Sure.
But we're definitely still globetrotting. We're definitely out and about in places that Miranda Green can be challenged, both from a personal standpoint and as an investigator. So yeah, it'll be fun.
Well, I can't wait to see it, Stephen. I had a great time chatting with you. Congratulations on the film, man. Can't wait to see what else you got in store.
Thanks so much.